Hello everybody, welcome to another YouTube video, and we're gonna do something a little bit different. Normally I just do reaction videos to all kinds of gacha stuff, but today we're here to talk about the Wuthering Waves anniversary. I wanted to talk about it because it's like become a really divisive point in the community, and like while I'm not the most popular content creator, I'm sure nobody's heard of me, but I would still like to share my opinion and kind of like break down what went wrong and what went right, because like I really feel like this Wuthering Waves anniversary went weird. I feel like we got a good amount of rewards, the patch itself looks fine, and yet people are dissatisfied, and is almost a question of why, although the answer is pretty clear, and I think it's just expectations. And I know like there's people that were like showing leaks and stuff, and then people got their hopes up because of the leaks, but I feel like even the people that didn't look at the leaks, they got very, very disappointed. Even me, when I was reacting to the live stream, to the very end, I was praying we got a free 5-star, even if only a standard. I feel like it was not an unreasonable expectation. Like, I don't know, it feels very, very much like something that was precedent that they set from the previous patches. Alright, so let's break down what we're getting from the anniversary. So we have the patch page here, alright. So we're getting 10 pulls here, and then a little icon. Already pretty good. Alright, and then a login bonus, another 5 pulls here, so that's at 15, plus 5 standard. I always appreciate the standard pulls because I do like the standard weapons, and it's nice that we can guarantee them with standard pulls. Login bonus here, this is about 2 pulls, not quite, but very close. So we're doing pretty good at 17 or so pulls. And then here we have Radiant Tide, alright, so here we got another 10 pulls, so now we're at 27. Or more, 26 and almost 27, right? We got a glider, a little shiny echo, and then some mats as per usual. Then this I think is kind of a fumble. Because one, these aren't even from this patch, they're from the patch after. They're from 2.4 and the anniversary is 2.3. So it's kind of weird that they showed these now, but they're like, oh, you can get a coupon that's worth 300 Lunites. And that'll be a discount from the skin. Now we don't know how expensive these skins are because I feel like the Jinsei skin is pretty expensive. But it has custom animations and all this extra work put into it. So we'll have to wait and see how these turn out. I do think Chang Li's is of interest just because her base costume, she already has like 3 forms. One with a blindfold, one with her outfit burning, and then one with the top part of her dress burned off. So, and that's just part of her kit. So I'm wondering how the swimsuit version handles that. Are her clothes gonna start like coming off? Like that's okay, of course we're not gonna see anything, right? But I'm curious, how do they handle that? It does look like she has like a shawl or something. Maybe she has like a scarf that's covering her, maybe that will be added in and that burns off, but yeah. And then we have another 10 pulls here. And then we have the ability to get previous weapons from the past back from other events, and I think that's pretty good. I don't know how good this weapon is because I was missing during that time, so who knows, but we're able to get Echo costumes as well. Phoebe's weapon here, her free-to-play weapon, that's huge. But also I literally like just grinded for it last patch, so them being like, actually you didn't have to FOMO so hard, kinda hurts me a little bit. But I'm glad everyone's gonna be able to get it. That's a good thing, right? So now we're at about 37 pulls. They're at 36.5 pulls. I think that is quite a bit, especially if you compare it to something like Honkai Star Rail, where we only got 30 pulls, but they got a free 5-star, right? But we're also getting a glider. We're getting a lot of stuff. We're getting a custom icon, a custom background for our character profiles. The top-up refresh, that's standard for gacha games. Upgraded returning event. Now this is huge. If you are someone that dropped Wuthering Waves, you're gonna come back, you get another 10 pulls. So if you're a returning player or a brand new player, you're essentially getting 47 pulls, which is more than half a pity, and I'm sure if you're just starting, you have access to a bunch of stuff. So if you're a new player, you're getting quite a bit, but for us players who have been playing for a long while, and me, I basically just returned. I haven't been here for a long while. And so... I just arrived. Oh my goodness, wait, is the fishing thing making noise? No, it's not. Okay, never mind. I'll make it visible though, hang on. That's the wrong fishing thing. That's in the YouTube video now. Where is it? Hang on. For everyone that doesn't know, I'm interrupting the YouTube video because we do have built-in fishing into the stream. Anyway. Alright, let's move on. Okay, so... for us returning players, not returning players, but for us players that have been playing for a while, even though I just returned, I'm in that weird in-between, where I'm not getting the returning bonus, but I haven't been here for the longest time. I missed a couple patches, so I'm like getting the super short end of the stick, because I'm missing all the resources from when I could have been playing. But I'm not getting the benefits that other returning players are getting, so for me, I feel like I can top on this. Yeah, it's a bit weird. 37 pulls is a lot. And then on top of that, if I scroll down even more... Alright, this is this patch stuff. That's pretty cool. I'm scrolling down to... we're also getting more phantom echoes. But I want to go over to... oh, never mind. Where is the banners? Maybe I need to reload the page, hang on. But we're getting a special anniversary banner. And this anniversary banner, it's all of the old characters minus Camellia, who is just a rerun, and Shorekeeper, who also had just had a rerun. Is there anyone else missing? I think there's one more character that just had a rerun that's also missing from the special anniversary banners. Is it really not here? Gosh dang, let me pull it up. Okay, so here you go. I finally brought up the banners. This was like a random screenshot from like Reddit to ignore the... this stuff in the corner. But literally, so for the first phase, running alongside Zani, we have Jian, Yinlin, Jeja, Zhang Liao, and for some reason Phoebe shows up. I'm pretty sure Phoebe is here because she has a lot of... she works really well with Zani, and so they have kind of this almost FOMO thing happening. And then keep in mind, we're only getting 37-ish pulls. And then so... hard pity is 80, and it's not even a guarantee, it's a 50-50. So I really feel like a lot of people are feeling like we're really not getting anything. Like that 37 pulls could just be 3 Yuanwus. And, you know, not many people like that character. No shade at the Yuanwu mains, but that's how it is, right? And then for phase 2, and this part I feel like is a little bit rough. It has... these are all like must pulls, minus Rochia and Brant, who I'm covering. Alright, so it's Jinxie, Changli, Carlotta, Rochia, and Brent, and I feel like these are all really, really high-end characters, right? You have the 2 best DPSs in the game, being Jinxie and Carlotta. Carlotta is especially valuable because she's a gun user, which means she gets to stand away from the enemy, away from the danger, and continue her DPS. Of course, the enemies in this game are very, very aggressive, so, you know, even shooting at a distance, you still have to play with skill. And then we have Changli, who makes the quick swap playstyle super duper, like, fun, and she's really, really tailored towards that. If you have Camellia, who just ran, by the way, then Rochia is here. She buffs up Camellia to some next level, and then on top of that, she makes whimpering wastes much easier. And then Brant, I mean, he's a healer, but only really if you're pulling his weapon. I feel like he's probably a lot lower value than other units here. If you are only getting him. If you get him and his weapon, then that's a whole other deal here. So, essentially the anniversary is 35 pulls, some cosmetics, which I think the cosmetics are fantastic, especially compared to our competition, right? If you compare it to Genshin Impact, which is a game I do also play myself, so I feel like I can speak for both of them. And if you compare to Honkai Star Rail, right, the cosmetic stuff, like Genshin gets a glider, Wuthering Waves is getting their glider, Honkai Star Rail, they have their phone wallpaper and then their icon, but that's locked behind the spending event. Whereas Wuthering Waves, there is no spending event. We're just getting the wallpaper for free. And yet people are still disappointed. But I feel like they're justified in being a little let down because there's already a precedent. Like, Wuthering Waves starts out, they give out a lot of, 5 stars for free. And then it's really because their game wasn't exactly fully functional at the time, so they had to compensate the players to try and keep everyone there, right? But then even later, they released Zhang for free, who I missed, and so now I'm a little oofed because I don't have an Electro DPS besides Calcharo, and everyone says Calcharo is not that great. So I feel like it's a little bit rough that we didn't even get like a 5-star selector for a standard unit, or I think I would have appreciated a 5-star weapon selector for the standard banner, right? I know some people were expecting limited units for free. I feel like expecting Zani and Chacona for free, I feel like that was a little bit, I was expecting a lot, but they can still do something like that. They could release a free limited unit, or maybe they could have said, oh, they're going the standard and they're for free, but you can still profit because you can sell us the weapon, right? I really feel like Zani and Chacona, they didn't look like limited, or they didn't look like premium. Okay, I'm saying this all wrong. I'm literally saying the opposite of what I mean. They didn't look like characters that would be given out for free. That is what I meant. The flippin', I got it mixed up in my robot brain. But they didn't look like characters that would be given out for free. But I was expecting that we would get like a free standard unit. I feel like people could use a Verena, or if they have Verena already, Verena S1 is very strong. And then even though the standard cast isn't the strongest, I feel like a lot of them benefit from sequence nodes. And then a lot of them are just getting them for the sake of collecting. Like, I'm sure some people would have picked Calcharo just because, there's a lot of people like me who missed Zhang Liao. And if they don't have Calcharo, I unfortunately lost my 50-50 him at one point. But a lot of people would have gone for him just so they could have an Electro DPS. I don't know, I think that Wuthering Waves anniversary, it's alright. But like, again, I feel like this was kind of their big chance to really solidify themselves in the eyes of the player base, and then also like really show that they are a strong contender that really values the player experience comparatively to our other mainstream gacha games. I'm not sure. I think I really would have liked to have a stamina selector, especially even just a weapon selector. I would have benefited from that quite a bit. But unfortunately, no. We're just getting the 37 pulls, and then the standard, the anniversary banner. It's not a guarantee. It's a 50-50, so it's basically the same as just a regular banner. I feel like they could have made it special a little bit. I know a lot of content creators are arguing that they could have made the first 5-star from the anniversary banner a guarantee. I feel like that would have been really, really good. I think they could have also like lowered its pity from like 80 to maybe even down to 40. That way the 37 pulls we're getting could go towards that, and then it's like we got a 5-star for free, even if we lose a 50-50, right? Now, I do think there is a point in not making it 100% guarantee for your limited character every time. And the reasoning is just, it's simple, right? Why would I pull for a character on any other banner if I could just wait for the anniversary, where I would have essentially boosted rates? Right? Like, why would I pull for Carlotta when she released when she would be 100% on the anniversary banner, right? But I think that's the wrong way of thinking, because even, like, I feel like it's common in the gacha space, and it's really just not apparent in our now mainstream gachas that the mainstream monetization plan that has been popularized by Genshin Impact. I feel like before that, a lot of gacha games will have like festival banners on their anniversary. You look at things like Grand Blue Fantasy, you look at Nikkei, you look at Blue Archive, right? They have a festival banner every year, sometimes even every 6 months, right? Where they celebrate their 2.5 anniversary, right? Their half anniversaries, where they have boosted gacha rates, right? And so a lot of people, their playstyle is they don't pull on the limited characters, they just wait for them to show up on the boosted they wait for them to show up on the festival banner, the anniversary banners. So I feel like Kuro could have done something to make the anniversary banner something slightly special. I mean, one thing that is big, and I feel like a lot of people are glossing over, is the weapon banner. The weapon banners for the anniversary, which is gonna have the signature weapons of all these characters. It's huge because that is guaranteed, right? That's not a 50-50, right? I feel like a lot of people are gonna be tempted to get Yinlin's String Master, just because String Master is such a universal weapon that just works on everybody. But yeah, I don't know. Actually, no, I do know. I think that Kuro dropped the ball here. And it's not even about like what we're getting. I think it's more about the sentiment. Like, I really feel like a standard banner character is really not benefiting many people's accounts, right? Like, maybe S1 Varina, our rotations get slightly smoother, but like, it's not like it's a huge account power-up, right? Kalcharo is still not as strong as Zhang Liao. Ling Yang is very not that good compared to Carlotta. Jianzin, she's very jack of all trades, definitely not a master of anything at all. So, I don't know. But what do you guys think of the anniversary? Were you disappointed? What do you think Kuro should do? Because clearly they are working on correcting this, right? I'm very curious what they do to try and regain some of that player loyalty back. Make themselves look good again. I think they'll just give us a free multi. Shoot up that 37 to 47. That would be pretty cool. But who knows, maybe they give us a standard selector. But the thing is, like, the goodwill between the players and the company is now, it's hurt, right? It's hurt. That trust is broken because, you know, now anything they do is in retaliation because we're upset. Not because they wanted to celebrate the anniversary with us, but because they look bad. So I don't know how they bring it back. I mean, they have to overkill it with giving us stuff. But like, again, right? It's a business. They need to make money. So I feel like then giving us too much is also a bad thing and detrimental for the game. So what do you guys think, right? Or are you excited for the anniversary? I'm still excited for the patch itself. It still looks fantastic. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, with that one, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, alright? I want to know what you guys thought. Leave a comment down below, alright? And if you enjoyed the content and look forward to more, be sure to subscribe, the bell notification. Anyway, with that one, hope you all had a good one. Remember, and 10 waves in my, so I will see you all next time. Bye-bye!